especially for the next 2 days. So I got to get out there and shoot some hoops and get some sunshine on my legs for the next 2 days. My body, as we have it, so I might as well make use of it. And fuck, uh, you know, if you're the type of person that finds competition because of egotistical delusions of expression and grandeur and stuff, repugnant, you avoid it. So, like I talked to people, I talked to that little girl about a store yesterday. I was like, I didn't know, you know, when I did the flip thing over the couch and stuff, I didn't know, and I always thought I couldn't. There's a little voice in my head. Basically, it was mostly don't worry about it, because I remember when I was scared about violence and all that stuff, and Jesus told me, about the things little girls in China, 5 years old, could crush a center block. So, you get a big hulking guy come at you, sweep his legs, stand over him, shove his nose to the back of his skull. It's not that hard, Earl. It's pretty easy. Not worried about that. Okay. Let's do things that respect life. Let's do, you're a protector. I was like 5 and I was nervous, but Jesus just set me down and told me, like, get the fuck out of here, Jesus. You're kidding, right? You don't think that. And then when you look back at your collection, you don't. When Mike said that about me flipping over the couch and all that, I was like, yeah, I didn't think twice about it afterwards. I didn't sit all night and think, why can't I do that all the time? Okay, put more weight on the bench. Try 500 pounds. I wasn't like M. Night Shyamalan. Okay. Things happened and I went, well, good thing I didn't get stuck with that knife. Good thing me and Val didn't get hit by that car. I and I told her, like I said, with the high ankle sprains, and I'd be back in 3 weeks. And I didn't think anything of it. I thought everybody was like that. I didn't go study it and go look it up and say, most people are out 6 months to a year with a high ankle sprain. And what? Wait a minute, and certain things, there was no treatment. No, back then we didn't have treatment. I just basically put an ace bandage on it, some ice, kept it elevated, and then went back to playing basketball because I like basketball. Wow, Yeah, I thought everybody was like me. Well, when you get sick, sometimes you would get sick, sometimes you wouldn't. But like, I didn't notice, I got that time I got sick in Deming, and after that, I didn't get sick until my flu shot. My mom let me stay home that one time because of a boil on my nose from stress and toxins and stuff. But it wasn't, and that was from 12 to, how old was I in this service? To 22. That was 10 years, right? And I lived in Phoenix. It's carbon emission cesspool of stress and violence, and the way that in the summertime, and there's hardly any way to process the poisons through oxygen because of the plant life not being able to, and no ocean currents and stuff. So, you don't realize what an exceptional physiological, emotional, and mental human being you are when you find arrogant, pretentious, condescending abrasiveness is repugnant and you avoid it. And you just dummy up to fit in, like I told Brian Hall in the service, and you just kind of doopy doopy doo. And with coaching and stuff, I repelled from it because they were so, like these idiots on TV. The coach last night from South Florida. Viciousness with, so shut up, I could, every last motherfucker on that team, look like Uncle Fester, okay? They say that you guys want to kill over rape money and deny people the Lord's Prayer. Okay, each one of you, and according to their laws and codes of Nebuchadnezzar Babylonianism, I have to kill all of you to give the children the Lord's Prayer. Who's first? Line up, right? That's the way it's got to be. I'll be right back. Yeah. This part they're showing me, I don't think the right ones. Right. Okay. Well, assholes, we'll talk later. Fuck you. Okay, love you very much.